Yeah, Marshawn Lynch is on his way up to Seattle to meet with the organization.
As somebody who has seen Marshawn Lynch in the last year, I hope for the love of God that Marshawn Lynch gets signed for the playoffs. I hope I get to see that man after meeting him and chatting with him and actually getting a chance to be around him. And I hope he wins another Super Bowl. That's what I hope happens. I hope Marshawn Lynch shows up there with, he probably hasn't, there's just a video, a few months ago, 6 months ago, he ran up the stairs to yell at not yell at a lady. He was getting chewed out by a mom because he was coaching up her son. And he was coaching him up like, hey, if you don't get your foot off the line, like, don't even run, get the hell out of my drill, basically. Like, he was actually, by the way, Marshawn Lynch turns out very good coach from what I've been told. Like, he runs these camps and does a lot of things for his community that many people don't talk about because he's so hilarious. So it's hard to focus on that stuff when you have just a legend of a human like Marshawn. He ran up the steps to respond to this mom who was yelling at him, and he even said to her, like, excuse me, I am so sorry. I am very tired right now. And as somebody who has not ran in about, a year or so, I could understand how if he's in shape and he can just bounce right back into a Seahawks uniform, and what is it? It's week 17 of an NFL season. And just exactly what I said about Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick, who was going to have that NFL workout, he obviously backed out on. But if Colin Kaepernick was able to show up at that thing and be cardiovascular in shape to play in an NFL game, you have to give him nothing but credit for the workouts he's been doing by himself, away from an NFL team, away from an NFL strength staff, and just pushing yourself hard enough to be in shape for an NFL game whenever you're nowhere near an NFL season, you're retired, you're gone. That is magical. So if Marshawn Lynch goes up to Seattle right now, talks to Pete Carroll, if they had any differences, they settle the differences, whatever it is with all that, and he signs, and this weekend he just pops off for like 120. I am going to be so impressed with Marshawn. Not just because Marshawn Lynch is a hilarious human who said he grew up running into the back of buses on the streets of Oakland. Like not only because of how much he gives back to his town, how loyal he is to Oakland and all that stuff, but because he has been able to stay in shape now for 2 years basically into week 17. And I saw him, he was having a great time with Skittles and DAZN.
Oh, yeah.
If he can just bounce back into an NFL locker room and onto an NFL team and be in NFL shape, number one legend of all time. Well, hello there. Utilize the promo code PAYTHEBILLS and get $20 off your first order from SeatGeek. Now, back to the magic. That's, I'll say, number one legend of all time if Marshawn Lynch can just bounce right back out there after shooting Skittles commercials and this and that, and he just goes back in the game like, yeah, I can sleepwalk that thing over there. I can cakewalk that thing. If he does that, number one legend of all time. Yeah. Of all time, if he does. I'm not saying this is going to happen, because I think that would be very, very difficult to be able to do. But if he does, number one legend of all time.
And they need him because they've just lost their two really good starting running backs. So, I mean, Marshawn as a savior is a story that I need.
Yeah.
How long would that take for him to get
Marshawn
back?
is a savior that we all need. Marshawn Lynch playing this hero comes back to town role
Messiah
is something I want to watch. Yeah, especially on this Christmas week. He pops out of his cave. Pops out of his cave, moves the wall. Excuse me. Who's back? Marshawn. Now, what if he goes in there and he says, listen, Pete, I'll come back. We get to the Super Bowl, though, and we're on the 1 yard line. You throw that thing, you guys owe me a percentage of the team. That would
Deal.
be awesome. Deal.